We've talked a bit about this box, this accumulation area. So what I'd like to cover now are the rules of this accumulation phase. So it's the rules that are contained within this box. What is actually going on? What's going to happen? So the rules of this this operation, again, from the market maker's perspective. Keep this in mind all the time. The rules of this, it's got to be a covert operation. You can't blatantly say, okay, well, you know, through this period here, we're going to be accumulating buy orders. We can't release news that would intimate that. We can't show anything on the facade of the charts that are likely to show that. It's got to be a covert operation. Unless it's covert, we're not going to be able to exercise this. There's not going to be that element of surprise for the profit release. During this exercise, going through this period, this box period, there's got to be no discernible direction. We can't allow the outside market to have a perception that the market may be going in a particular direction. And we certainly have got no desire to create long-lasting beliefs of any particular direction. We want to create beliefs. The market makers want to create beliefs, but they want to create beliefs that's going the opposite way, so that when they're buying, others will be willing to sell them. But so there's no desire to create beliefs for a specific side. And I probably should have written that down there, but as long as I explain that, no desire to create beliefs in one particular way. And what's really desired through here is conflict and confusion is desired, because if people are confused, there's a bit of conflict, they'll start changing their minds. I think it's going to go up, they'll think it's going to go down. There'll be conflict going through their minds. They won't be comfortable about being in that. They don't like that conflict. You remember that right from the trading prison, right at the very beginning when we started this. So conflict and confusion is desired through this period. So let's have a look at the perception and the reality of this accumulation phase. Okay, now perception and reality. The perception I'm associating here with the outside perception. That is, those people are looking at the charts, what they perceive, and it's what they perceive to be true of the market. And on the other side is the reality, which is the the market makers' business model. Now, the perception is that when the market's going through here, it's a congestion period. And you'll hear this banded around on the trading forums and all around, that the market's gone into congestion. Truism, nice sounding word. The word conveys what we see as a visual representation. We can see that there is congestion. You can't argue with that. Say, oh, the market looks congested, looks confined on there. But at the outside perception, if we're sticking with that, we're sticking with congestion, and that's just it. The market's congested. The reality is of what is going on in this, what the market maker's business model, what is going on in this area. The reality is that this is an accumulation phase of either buys or sells for later profit. Okay, so this one is a what I call a tradingism, and basically it's accepted as true regardless of evidence. So we look at something and we see, and I'll give you an example of this. We might accept that this is a congestion area, and we accept that as true regardless of evidence. Another one would be, which is a more important one, would be, we could see that a market was starting to go up slightly through here, and we could visually see that, and we could accept that as true. In our minds, we could accept that as a true statement because we can physically see a price going up, and we accept that. We start to believe that, and we accept it regardless of the evidence of what is actually going on through here. This is accumulation phase, or we could say it's a profit release phase if we see the market going up. But I'm more talking about just generally the market going up a little bit, where we start to develop those beliefs. So a truism is something we accept as true regardless of the base fundamental evidence of the business of the market maker's business. What is presented to us as an image, what we